A lot of people set goals for themselves, and then 2 weeks later or a month from now, they lose sight of the vision. They lose sight of the goal. And then they go back into their old ways, their old way of thinking, just living life on cruise mode, right? So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I do to stay consistent, to stay focused on my goal, and never lose sight of my vision. All right, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Zach. My name is Gains Myself. I'm an online fitness coach. I help skinny fat entrepreneurs build muscle and high performance habits to dominate business and dominate life. So that sounds like you. You want to build high performance habits that you can stick to on a daily basis, that boost your confidence, boost your energy, give you a sense of clarity, give you a sense of focus, and then you want to build muscle on top of that. Just hit the description, just hit the link in my description. We get on a 20-minute call. We can talk about your fitness goals and your main struggles, and we can come up with a game plan to help accomplish your goals. So, like I said, most people set up goals for themselves and they lose sight. They lose the vision, right? And without the vision, it's nothing to look forward to. It's never going to happen if you never think about this goal every single day. You never working towards this goal every single day, or you're just working towards this goal for 3 weeks, 1 month at a time, and then you fall off. All right. So in order to actually reach the end goal, you got to stay consistent to it. So the first thing that I recommend you to do, I can't tell you what to do because your goals have to be more important than me. All right. You got to care about your goals more than anybody. All right. So this is very important for you if you actually have a goal in mind you serious about and you don't want to lose sight. First thing you need to do is you got to cut out all distractions. And what is distractions? Whether that's playing video games, whether that's females, whether that's partying, whether that's drinking, whether that's even with your friends who don't want to do productive stuff, who want to go play around and smoke weed or gamble or whatever they want to do that's not productive and not supporting your goals, you got to say no. The biggest misconception that most people have is thinking they always have to say yes to their friends. They always got to say yes to whatever somebody's offering them. If somebody offers, oh, let's go out to party this week. Let's go out and get some drinks this week. Let's go watch the football game this week. You think you always have to say yes, but you don't. You have a decision that you can make. You have a choice that you gotta make, all right? And every time that you say yes to those people that's not helping you get close to your goals, you said no to your goals, all right? So you gotta defend your goals to the fullest, to the max, all right? Every day you have to fight for your goals, every day, because somebody's trying to take your time. Somebody's trying to steal your time. Somebody's trying to steal your energy. Whether they know they're doing that or not, regardless of the fact, the reality is they're stealing your time, they're stealing your energy, they're stealing your focus. So you gotta defend your goals to the max. You gotta learn how to say no. I've been saying no since I was 17. Since I was 17, people have been inviting me to go on vacations. People invited me to go to parties. People invited me to do like Airbnbs and clubs and things like that. Well, I'm from Pompano Beach. So we do a lot of Airbnbs and rentals and shit like that, car shows and things like that. I've been saying no since I was 17. I'm now 20 years old, so it's going on 3 years, about to be 4. All right, I only been to 2 parties in my whole life. 2 parties, I'm 20 years old, right? The reason is not because I didn't have the opportunity to go, it's because I said no. It's because I knew that was pointless partying. That wasn't going to help me become a better person. That wasn't going to help me build better habits. That wasn't going to help me get in the best shape of my life. That wasn't going to help me get towards my goals, right? And these are the things that you have to think about before you make decisions. You got to calculate this shit. That's how I think. And that's how I was able to quit my job at 19 years old, quit my 9-to-5 job, and be a full-time online fitness coach, all right? Because I stayed focused. I stayed committed. I defended my goals to the max. Nobody was able to take me off my pivot. Nobody was able to take me off my focus. You gotta learn how to say no to anything that don't support your goals. Anything, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a family member, all right? You gotta be locked in on your vision. Your vision, your goals come first before anything. Because let's say your goal was to get in the best shape of your life, and it was to make more money. It was to start your business, right? So if you put your goals first, and you was to get in the best shape of your life, you was to build that business to $1 million business, this will support everyone around you. This will help everyone around you. So you're not being a bad person by saying no and being selfish to yourself and your goals, because at the end, if you was to accomplish the goals, now this will support everyone. If you get in the best shape of your life because you said no to partying and eating out and going to restaurants, you learn how to eat healthy, You learn how to meal prep your food. You learn how to track your foods. And then what can this do for somebody else? You can teach you can teach those skills to them as well. And now you can help them lose 30 or 40 pounds. All right, you see how this would benefit them as well? All right, and then let's say you was to start a business and it's scaled to $1 million business. What can you do with that? Who can you help with that? Right? You can help your family. You can help your brothers, you can help your sisters, you can help your dog, you can help your homeboys, you can help your girlfriend, right? When they have an emergency come up, you can be there to provide for them. All right, they can count on you as the person to get shit done, to figure things out, right? So you putting yourself first, you putting your goals first, you putting your vision first will benefit everyone around you. So do not feel guilty for saying no to the bullshit, all right? Say no to the bullshit. Next thing you want to do is you want to stay consistent to the journey. And what do I mean by staying consistent? I'm not meaning every day you can't miss no days, 365 days out of the year, because that's fucking not realistic. All right, so I'm being realistic about this. When it comes to staying consistent, that means you showing up 90% of the time, 97% of the time, 80% of the time. You staying committed to the journey for the rest of your life, for the rest of the year. Yes, you might miss days. Yes, you might miss a week because you fell off track or you got distracted, or you have a lot of shit to do, but you jumping right back on that journey. You jumping right back on that journey. That's what we call being consistent. Showing up every single day. Yes, you might be days you miss, but you keep on going anyways, all right? Because I'm an online fitness coach. I've been an online fitness coach for almost a year. And there was days when I didn't post content, but I came right back, all right? That's what you call staying consistent. It's a difference between, all right, you fell off track, you hop back on track, then you fell off track and you never got back on track and you just completely quit. Now that's quitting. But if you just got on track and you came right back and you keep coming back and you stay consistent throughout the rest of your life or the rest of your career or the rest of the year, that's called staying consistent. So you want to stay committed to the journey for years, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years at a time, all right? That's how you'll be able to stay committed to your journey. That's how you'll be able to see the end goal of your own, whatever goals you may have for yourself. You got to stay consistent. Consistency builds the man or the woman that you want to become. All right, it all comes down to consistency. Showing up every single day. That's required. You can't beat that. All right, no matter how much hacks you do or how much tricks you try to do to get around this, nothing beats consistency. You can't build nothing without showing up every single day. Every single day. Your fitness journey, you have to show up every single day. Even if it's just a rest day. Of course, you're not going to the gym on your rest day, but how can you show up for yourself on a fitness day? You eating right. You tracking your foods. You still walking around, moving around the house, or you taking a walk outside because you still burning calories. All right. You still saying no to the bullshit. You still saying no to alcohol and the party. That's called staying consistent. Even on your off day. All right. That's staying consistent. That's showing up every single day. The third thing you want to do is you want to change your environment. All right, because the environment is very important. The people that you have around you is very important because their habits will rub off on you, and then now you will be doing the bullshit with them. All right, so say for example, you have a girlfriend, and let's say she want to go to In-N-Out, she want to go to McDonald's, and you in a car with her, you have to drive her to these places. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to get a McDonald's too. You're going to get Burger King too. All right, yes, you might say no a couple times, but it's going to come to a point where you're going to say yes because it's right there in your face. So say for example, she want to eat out 7 days a week. Yes, you might say no the first 2 to 3 times, but you're not going to say no all 7 times, right? Because willpower, you're relying on just willpower. The most disciplined people, they're not the most disciplined because they have the strongest willpower. It's because they put themselves in least temptating situations the least. All right. So if you're around temptation all the time, you're gonna fall into it. All right. So you just want to remove yourself from the environment completely. All right. And that comes with just removing the bad vices, removing the bad people, the bad influence from around your circle. So if you know somebody who always eating out, who always drinking alcohol, who always smoking weed, just remove yourself from that person. All right, don't put yourself around that because there's so much temptation when you get around that person for you to fall off track and you to lose sight of your vision. All right, get around people who's actually wants better for themselves, who actually trying to self-improve, who actually dedicated to their own vision. Get around those people because their good habits is going to rub off on you, and now you both is getting better every single day. For example, I hang with my one friend. I moved here in Florida, another side of Florida from where I'm from, so I don't know anybody here, but I got a friend in here. And he has good habits, he has good eating habits, he has good workout habits, and I do too. So we connect real good, and every single day, we holding each other accountable to the bullshit. All right, say we went out to eat and we seen a lot of desserts, we holding each other accountable. All right, because we want better for ourselves, he want better for himself, we both want better for each other. So we gonna hold each other accountable, so we don't lose sight of the vision, so we can keep on striving to become better every single day, so we can reach our goals. All right, so get around other like-minded people. Other people who want to weight loss on you. Other people who want to build muscle. Other people going to the gym. Other people who's eating healthy. Other people who's caring about their health. Get around those people. Those people are going to push you to the limit. All right, those people are going to hold you accountable. You need those type of people around you to keep you on track for your vision and to help you get to your vision. All right? Doing it alone is the stupidest shit ever. I did that shit for a good amount, like from 17 to 18. I did it. I tried to do it alone. I didn't get nowhere. Nowhere. All right, because you just got one mindset, you got one piece of knowledge, all right? And you're gonna be stuck inside your own perspective. You wanna talk to other people so you can get different perspectives, and that's how you grow. So you can get you can get outside information, put it inside your information. Put it inside your knowledge, put it inside your brain. All right, that's how you grow. All right, that's why reading books give you so much knowledge, because you're learning from somebody else who already walked the path. Now you're taking that information and you put it inside your brain. All right, but if you're never growing, if you're never learning, you're just gonna be stuck in the same spot. So it's very important to surround yourself around other like-minded people, to expand your knowledge and to keep on growing. All right, the fourth thing you wanna do is you wanna remind yourself why you're actually doing this. If you're on a weight loss journey, why do you wanna lose weight? Why is it now so important for you to actually lose weight? Why? Maybe you feeling low energy. Maybe you losing confidence in yourself. Maybe you're not liking the way you look. Maybe you hate how you feel inside clothes, right? So remind yourself, why did you actually want to lose weight in the first place? And keep on repeating this every single time that you feel like quitting, all right? Because we have to ask ourselves, this person that we're not liking, the person with low energy, low confidence, how much longer are we willing to stay like this person? Another year or two from now? And I'm pretty sure your answer would be no. All right, you want to change today. All right, this is very important to always remember the reason why you actually do want to change it, so you can get back on track. All right, think about all the cons of staying where I'm at right now. Think about all the pros if I stay consistent on this journey for another year or two. What if you went to the gym for three times a week, you ate right, you tracked your food, you tracked your lifts, you did 10K steps every single day? Imagine how life would be 3 years from now, or 2 years from now, or even just a year from now. How much better life would be, how much confidence you would have, how much better your energy would be, how much you would be more focused and at a better mental state. All right, now think about if you was to stay this same person that you do not like for another 6 months to a year. What if things look like then? It won't look so pleasing, it won't be so appealing for you, and that's why you want to change it in the first place. So always remind yourself why you actually want to do this, what goals you want to get out of this, what desires you want to get out of this, and the consequences if you don't actually make a change. So these are the things you want to keep on reminding yourself, repeating, all right? So that's what I would do. The first thing that I would do, I would cut out all distraction. Second thing I would do, I would stay consistent. The third thing I would do is I would change my environment. The fourth thing I would do, I would keep on reminding myself why. Why do I want to change? That's very important. Your why is the biggest factor that's going to keep you going even when times get hard, when times get tough, or you feeling like quitting. Keep on reminding yourself why. Why am I doing this? Right? Me as an entrepreneur, me as a business coach, me as an entrepreneur, me as starting my own business and having my own shit going on, what keeps me going, my why is, for one, I want freedom. I want to be able to travel whenever I want. I want to be able to wake up whenever I want. I want to be able to go to the gym when I want to. I want to be able to meal prep my foods when I want to. I want to be able to go out the country when I want to. So that's what keeps me going every single day from actually going back to my 9 to 5. All right, and then when it comes to my fitness, I knew what it was like when I wasn't consistent with my fitness. I knew what it's like when I wasn't at my full potential in my fitness. All right, and I don't never want to be that person anymore. Because I remember just like 3 months ago, I fell off track of my fitness. I wasn't going to the gym consistently how I always been. My diet was all over the place. I was eating on the shit. Bro, and during that time, that was like the worst experience, the worst feeling that I had in a very long time. Like my energy was super low. I didn't have no mental clarity. I couldn't focus for nothing. All right, I couldn't focus for more than like 30 seconds before just go looking at some bullshit on my phone or getting on the phone with somebody, right? And I always felt sleepy. I would wake up in the morning, I feel sleepy. I would take a nap, I wake up, I still feel sleepy. I couldn't get no fucking work done. I always felt tired, I always felt sleepy. I hate how that was making me feel, and I hate how less productive that I was. That was the least amount of productive time for me in a very long time. And I'm usually like a work machine. I usually work all the time. So that version of me, I threw that version of myself away. I built better habits. I started going to the gym. I started dialing in my nutrition. Now my focus is very clear. I know my vision is. It's stuck inside my head, and I'm working towards it every single day. It's very important to stay consistent on your journey. Stay focused, stay locked in on the journey. All right, that's the only way that you'll be able to reach that goal. If you just put this on the back burner or you sometime in this shit, you never want to actually get to your goal. All right, so I hope the tips that I gave you can actually help you out on your fitness journey or your life goals, whatever it may be. All right, if you did find this video valuable, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll drop more content. If you guys want to build muscle, you want to build better habits for yourself to become the next version of yourself, just click the link in my description. We can hop on a 15 to 20 minute call. We can talk over your main goals and your main fitness goals, and we can come up with a game plan to help you accomplish your goals. Besides that, I'll see you in the next one.